Okay, so continuing with factoring, we're going to talk about special cases today. So let's put our little notes up here at the top that we usually do. What is our quadratic form in standard form? Ax squared plus bx plus c. All right? Where a is always with the x squared, b is always with the x, and c is always a constant. All right? And then what does a times c give me? Product. And what is b? The sum. Okay. Just a couple of little notes to self here. Okay. So you have copies of the big notes from day one and day two of factoring, where a equals one and a is greater than one. Okay, here we go. Little note to self. I just want to remind you, as you're looking at this paper and we're working on this specific paper, to check for GCF. Okay, make sure that you're doing that. Okay. Next thing I want to remind you of is to make sure you simplify your fractions. Okay, simplify those fractions. Remember, if A is greater than 1, definitely realize that you're going to need to do that. When A equals 1, you're not going to have a GCF, but you still may have a fraction you need to simplify. So just always simplify your fractions. Check those out. Okay, now here's something that I want to give you that is specific to special cases. Okay, and I'm going to use an asterisk with these. It has to do with your B value. If B equals 0, then you're going to have opposite signs. Because when I have opposite signs in a binomial, with special cases, it gives me a 0. If B is greater than 0, you're going to need the same signs, and they're going to be the same as B. Same signs, they're the same as the B. Okay? And as we start working these, it'll make a little more sense. But you'll have that to refer to. Okay? Check for GCF always. Simplify your fractions always. When B equals 0, we're going to have opposite signs in the binomials. When B is greater than 0, we're going to have the same signs in the binomials, and they're going to be same as the B. Okay. There is a pattern to these. I'm interested to see who finds it. But they always work the same to get to the answer. When I factor, it is the same process every single time, no matter what it looks like. Okay? Product sum. Now, remember Thursday, and we talked about this. If C is 0, we're just going to have a GCF, right? Okay, we're not, no factoring involved. But this time C is not 0. What is 0? B. That we can work. So, same process. Here we go. What is A times C? What is it? Negative 100. I agree. What is the sum? 0. You can have a sum of 0. Here we go. I'm looking for what times what equals negative 100, but when I add them, I get 0. I want you to not write every factor. Use your calculator. Okay, when you start getting close, maybe write those down. But in your mind, I want you to run through them all, or on your calculator, run through them all. So I start with 1. Negative 1 times 100, not going to get me to 0. Negative 2 times 50, is that going to get me to 0? 3 doesn't work. Negative 4 times 25, well, those add to get 0. Negative 5 and 20, 6 doesn't work, 7 doesn't work, 8 doesn't work, 9 doesn't work. 10, is that it? Is negative 10 times 10 negative 100? Yes or no? It is. And what is negative 10 plus 10? 0. There it is. So I have found he's going to do what he can do. I found my factors. Okay. Fractions, right? Okay. Negative 10 over 4, positive 10 over 4. Simplify those, please. Everybody in this room, calculators open, on, reset. Excellent. Unless you can do them in your head. Okay. What does negative 10 over 4 simplify to? Negative 5 over 2. I agree. Oh, guess what this one is? Positive 5 over 2. Because aren't they the same fraction? Just opposite signs, yes? Okay. As a reminder, when we have our fractions, what we have found is constant over the coefficient. Just as a little reminder, my fractions here are the constant over the coefficient. Okay? So, 2x minus 5 times 2x plus 5. There it is. Same terms, same position, opposite signs. Means I get 0 for my b. When b equals 0, we get what kind of signs? Yes, sir. Do what? Uh-huh. From the denominator. When I simplify the fractions, I'll wind up with the constant over the coefficient. So this goes with the variable because it's the coefficient. This becomes the number at the end. Okay, does that help? Awesome. Okay. B equals 0. So my signs are opposites. B equals 0, I should have a positive and a negative in there. Doesn't matter which binomial it's in because they're the same exact terms. Questions? Okay. Number 2. All right. Product sum. I'm going to put a 1 here to work with it. What is 1 times negative 4? What's my sum? What can I multiply together to get negative 4? When I add them, I get 0. Negative 2 times 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. There it is. Okay. Negative 2 over 1. Positive 2 over 1. They do not simplify. Because remember, it has to be a fraction. Because I have to have my constant over my coefficient. So, r minus 2 times r plus 2. It works exactly the same. Process exactly the same. No matter what the factor is, special cases or regular, it always works the same way. B equals 0. Opposite signs. Go down to number 4, please. Does B equal 0 here? Nope. All right. Product sum. What is my product? 36. What is my sum? Okay. Now let's revisit this for just a moment. If I have a positive product, my signs are the same. They're either both positive or they're both. If my sum is negative, then they're both. Okay. What can I multiply together to get 36? Isaac? Excellent. Negative 6 times negative 6. Because negative 6 plus negative 6 is negative 12. Found it. And here they are. So, negative 6 over 9 and negative 6 over 9, well, they're the exact same fraction. Caden, what do I get when I simplify those? Negative 2 over 3. For both of them. So, 3k minus 2 times 3k minus 2. B greater than 0, same signs, same as the B. My B is negative, they're both negative. Which special case is this? It's the binomial squared. And this must be your final answer. This must be your final answer. This is correct. This is the best answer. 3k minus 2. Best answer. Number 6. You have any questions yet? Has anybody found the pattern yet? Because I would want you to be able, you do? I don't want you to say it, but you think you have it? Okay. Because I want you to be able to look at number 6 and go ahead and write the binomial. Okay. No? Maybe. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So here's our product sum. All right. What is 25 times 4? 100. What is my sum? 20. My signs are the same, so they're either both positive or they're both negative. What are they both going to be if my sum is positive? They're both positive. B is greater than 0, same sign, same as the B. Okay, here we go. What can I multiply together to get 100? When I add them, I get 20. Is it 1? Is it 2 times 50? Is it 4 times 25? Is it 5 times 20? What is it? 10 times 10. And 10 plus 10 is 20. Found them. Those are my factors. Here we go. 10 over 25. 10 over 25. What does 10 over 25 reduce to? 2/5. Both of them. If you can do it from here, you're more than welcome to. 5m plus 2, and you can go and square it from there. If you're more visual and you need to write it twice, then write it as a squared binomial. I'm okay with that also. Either way you need to do that, that works for you. Questions? Okay. Are you ready for the pattern? Do you have it? Number 3. If this does not make sense to you, do not use it. If it does, you're more than welcome to. Is everybody ready? Binomials. My B equals 0. If you do the shortcut that I'm about to show you, you have to tell me about the B, just like I did. Everybody got me? Beside it, you have to tell me about the B. If the B equals 0, are my signs the same or are they opposite? Opposite. What times what is 9? It has to be the same number, right? Because in in both types of special cases, don't they have to be the same terms? What times what is 2? I mean 4. Stop it. Zach is so excited when I know the answers. What is it? Oh, good job, folks. There it is. Questions? That's the pattern. Since they're the same terms, okay, go down to number 7. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, look, there it is. Okay. Number 7. coffee out of the way. Okay. Is there a GCF? No. All right, you ready? Binomials. B is what compared to 0? Is it equal to 0? It's greater than. So B, remember you're talking to me about the B. So the B is either equal to 0, which gives me opposite signs, or it's greater than 0, which gives me what kind of signs? Same signs. Same as what? Same as the B. Yes? So these are both positives. Greater than 0, same sign, same as B. What times what is 16? Now remember, 1 times 16 is 16, right? 2 times 8 is 16, but we have to use the same number. So you're correct. 4 times 4. Okay, remember they have to be the same number. Then, what times what is 1? There it is. Can I leave that as my answer? Haha, thank you. No, you cannot. This is not your best answer. Okay? Very good. So this is not your best answer. It is correct, but the best answer is 4p plus 1 squared. Questions? Turn page. Number 17. What do you got to do first? Find out what is? Yes. Do you have a GCF? Yes. So that is step 1. What is 5? 4, negative 20. Don't forget to move that negative up so you don't lose it. And 25. Now, talk to me about the B. Does B equal 0 or is B greater than 0? So therefore my signs are same and the same as B, which is negative. What times what is 4? 2. Remember, they have to be the same term in the same place. What times what is 25? Is that my final answer? No, what do we got to do with it? That's right. Now, is that my final answer? No. Do not lose your GCF, or it will be wrong. Yes, sir. Can I explain to you why they're negative? Because when I multiply numbers, negative 5 times negative 5, I get a positive 25, right? But remember, the sum is adding. So when I add them, they have to be the same sign as this when I add them together. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. But what's negative 5 plus negative 5? Plus. Okay? So in order to satisfy multiplying to get a positive, adding to get a negative, They have to be the same sign because of the sum part. Does that make sense now? Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Make sure you're checking for that GCF, because if you do not, it's going to be wrong. It is not a correct answer if it is not simplified. Also, don't forget that GCF because it'll be wrong. Okay. Any other questions? Number 18. What do you do first? See if there's a GCF. Is there? Yep. What is it? 3. Okay, talk to me about my B. It equals 0. What kind of signs do I have? Opposite. What times what gives me 1? 1. So 1A and 1A. And we don't write the 1 in the answer. What times what is 16? There it is. Do what? But I thought, good kids. I like it. I tried to trick y'all and y'all didn't fall for it. Good job. Don't forget it. Remember, circle it if you need to. Don't forget that GCF. Okay. Questions? Your homework